So we're going live. Yes, all right. I welcome you as I prepare myself, right? I welcome you guys, holy ones. Looks like we got lights and camera and action. Yes. I welcome you as we join in this deep conversation about the Anunnaki. What are the Anunnaki? Wow. Well, let's find out. Chiwa. Getting my sanctuary. Yeah. Because of my ceiling fan, I gotta do this down here. Lighting the charcoal disc, getting lit, holy ones. And I'm so excited to have you with me. It's gonna be one of those Chihuahua. Transmitting spirit, yes? Yeah, quite, yeah. Anunnaki. Anunnaki. Avengers of Anu. That's what they're called. Remember, this is from the Guardian point of view. Machiwa. Christos Guardians. Yeah, okay? Not coming from someone like Zachariah Sentient. Sorry to disappoint you. He was actually a scam, understand? Being used, paid off by, was commissioned to do that work. And it had a nefarious reason to create this like cult, religion type of thing out of it. Because you guys would be worshiping these gods that apparently this scientist has figured out. So not from that point of view. I love you. What's going on, holy vatos, as we talk about these fallen angels? You can call them aliens. Sure. They're that too. Coming from another world. They were worshipped as gods by the Sumerians, by some of you. You think they're the shit. Yeah, what's up? Guess what? These are dark beings. All right? So we talk about these fallen angels on this channel, not just tonight, okay? This is what these beings are. And what are dark beings? They're shadow. Tricksters. They give you false information on purpose. Wow. Okay, you are being duped. You have been duped. You're being, scammed. These are aliens from a nearby planet. Now, let's be more specific because there's actually some confusion because there's actually more than one race of Anunnaki. So that's why there might be some disagreements. That's why we talk about all the Anunnaki. Okay? So now we talk about how this all started 250 billion years ago. And it's not from Earth timelines or, human timelines. That's way far in our future. But to us, we're their past. So, like ancestors. But not really, because they're our ancestors. So it gets interesting, like this movie, Back to the Future, because he's from the future, or he went to the future and then came to the past, or whatever. He went back to the past, to the future. What? Mochiwa, you fell from a more higher vibration to a slower vibration, which turns out to be a more older past version of yourself, but it's not really. It's not really accurate. If we're going to be just accurate, what's up? Let's just be accurate, what's up? Washiwa. It's all about energy. It's all about consciousness. And when we talk about the Anunnaki, wow, they're a dark consciousness. Their race is fallen, homies. They're a race, a fallen race, that was created by another fallen race. So their daddies are fallen races. It was the Anu, and the Guardians call Anu. The Anu was the original name, and then they fell and became the Anu Elohim. So you could say some of that Sumerian information is a little bit accurate, but there's no context of that. They don't talk about that. They don't even talk about this multidimensional reality, right? Because that's what these beings are. We literally have this drama on Earth, right, being played out. But these beings are actually from higher worlds. The actual original Anunnaki, and get this, the original race are called Jehovians. The Jehovians, man. Hello, same as Yahweh. These are fallen angels, and these ones, the one I just said, are higher than the Anunnaki. Anu Elohim. So the Anu Elohim created this Avengers race. Nice name. Avengers, gods, Superman. Okay? So there's the line, their heritage, their genetics. It starts with a higher race in a higher evolved state as their creator God. They created the Anunnaki. The Anu Elohim created the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki are called, the Guardians named them specifically Jehovian Anunnaki because there's more than one race. If you read Voyagers 2, and I suggest that you do, from our teacher Ashiana Dean, look it up, she puts always the different names of each Anunnaki, so you know which one we're talking about, because there's more than one. You guys gotta open your eyes a little bit, because we got some major distortions when we're talking about Anunnaki. And you see this bullshit looking like this old weird Mediterranean art showing the Anunnaki. That's not what they look like, homie. First of all, Jehovian Anunnaki are like dolphin people. Believe it or not. This is like the Jehovians. Something to do with water. They're called literally, man. They're called literally bipedal dolphin people. So basically, dolphins that are upright and walking, 2 legs. This is a freaking Jehovian. Some aquatic being like this, like porpoise, dolphin, well, bipedal dolphin people. That's what the Guardians call them. These are the Jehovians, the original Anunnaki. You ain't gonna be seeing them freaking. You're saying they created you. You see, this is the main Anunnaki race. Now, what happened? The reptilians got their Anunnaki's DNA and started making a bunch of different races with them. They made one, a hybrid Anunnaki plus an insectoid, gray alien, Zeta. So that's part Zeta. That's a freaking Inky. An insectoid reptilian creature serpent being. Not looking like human. Definitely didn't make the blacks or the Latinos. Because that's what there's some BS about Inky. Realize these are Anunnaki vatos. Half Anunnaki, half reptilians. That's called Anu Dracos. So these guys are actually Anu Dracos. They're hybrid Anunnaki. There's only one true Anunnaki, and that's the Jehovians. the Yahweh, which are very powerful. So you can start to connect the dots when you know that these high-level beings were connected to water. And reptilian, hello, serpents. You can start imagining where all the Naga came from. Mermaids came from. Some type of beings coming out of the water who are powerful. Neptune and shit. So we have all this symbology, which is very important. Also help you connect the dots. So I'm just telling you from the Guardian's point of view that we have, you took Anunnaki and mixed it with, the one with the grays is the Zinki. And the ones with the Marduk are called they mixed with the Omicron. That's what you get an Enlil with. I hope I'm saying that right, because the Omicron are pretty high level. But you have a race called the Odedicron, which is part reptilian, part avian bird. Because the gold flame, these races are coming out of the gold flame, which is originally from planet Vega. But because of the angelic war, this horrible, horrible war, they moved. See, the Guardians moved to Sirius. We were Lyran. We fled. We fled to Sirius, our friends in Sirius. So we became Lyran Syrians. That's what we are now. We lost our planet. And if you guys learned about the angelic war, it's not actually called the angelic war. It's called the Founders War, the Lyran Founders War. Because it happened with the Anunnaki, which are a Lyran founder. There's all the founders are actually all from Lyra, but they're not all in Lyra anymore. Okay, just to be more clear and more precise, because all the gold races basically all went to Orion. So remember, that includes the bird people and the mantis beings, which are both good races. Both of those races haven't fallen. But the dragon moths, which are called Omicron, the Omicron did fall, and so did their brother race called the Odedicron. That's the avian reptilians I just mentioned. What do you think that is? Imagine a gargoyle, right? It's got wings. It's a reptile with wings, a gargoyle. And they're ugly MFers, these things are scary looking because that's what they are. And that's what some of these beings are being called demons. It's these scary MF and Niburian Anunnaki Dracos. If we're going to be accurate, they're actually Anu Dracos. That means they're half and half Anunnaki, half reptilian. And that would be either, like I said, you have this whole faction called the Necromatons, and that is what Anu Dracos are, you could say, because the Necromatons are the most powerful, you would say, almost, because they're feared by the Anunnaki and the Reptilians. They don't want to mess with the Necromatons. But anyways, that's what I've heard by Ashana. So she's made many workshops, and one of the things that I talk about, is the Anunnaki. And just realize, you guys, I'm not making stuff up. I'm not trying to challenge your belief systems. I'm simply saying that there's a whole body of knowledge behind me. I'm not called, it's coming from Ashiana Dean and the Voyagers books. This is actually coming from Voyagers 2. She's got a 600-page book, Talks about Atlantis, talks about ancient Egypt, it talks about the guardian races, the indigo children, the star seeds. It talks about the fallen angelic races, and that how these are all part of this drama that's happening. And then you start learning about the reality field, the time matrix. You learn about the different timelines and our true history, how ancient we really are. Our race was created 560 million years ago. We come from Atlantis and Lemuria. That's where we come from. Now, there's a higher version of that, and that's specifically where we came from. A higher version of what we have now. This is a fallen version. So we're not trying to become something great. We're trying to reclaim what we once were. Understand, this has been called a rescue mission. Because this has now been fallen over to the dark side. They're in power. And so realize that we have some light in the world. Maybe you don't see all the light fighting for freedom of humanity, pro-human, pro-life. They have to keep silent too. They can't reveal themselves. There's a war underneath mainstream that people aren't made privy to, you know. When you guys are psychic and you start having all these experiences, like these fallen angels, like the Anunnaki, is a real thing, man. You know, you start seeing demon-looking creatures, you know you're dealing with these freaking Anunnaki because they're all ugly, scary MFers. Think about it. Part reptilian, part insectoid, part serpent, part dinoid, part dragon. That's what makes them look like a dragon, because you're getting some of the dinosaur DNA, which is not an earth thing. I know it sounds ridiculous, but then it's not ridiculous because you realize it's not from Earth. Now, trip out on this, right? Because you know we're not even that old, America, or Americans. Look at ancient Egypt, man. They're showing aliens in their hieroglyphs, in their temples, their pyramids. Pyramids are temples, by the way. What is that? And some of them with blue skin. Not human. What did we just say? There's bird beings. There's reptilian beings. There's cat people. There's these necromatons. They're freaking beetle people. They've also been described as tortoise people. Some badass tortoise people are rocking it, apparently. There's centaurs, dude. There's and Luciferians didn't come from Earth. It came to Earth, but the whole Bible thing is an alien thing. It was changed to an alien creed. Who do you think Constantine was? A nice being? Okay, what about all those Egyptian pharaohs? Were any of those guardians? Yes. There was one. There was a few. Realized that one of them abused his power, like he wasn't very fair. Like, excuse me, I gotta rub my eyes. Ashiana talks about one of the pharaohs who was teaching ascension, but only to his people. He wouldn't teach it to the other guardians who were not the same race. So he was prejudiced or racist, man. It was probably more of a spiritual thing, but still he kept it within his people. When he was supposed to be sharing, teaching the other priests, the other people and the guardians. And so, yeah, we're these freaking priests in all these time periods, man. We're like the powerful magi priest kings, you know what's up? When the you know what's up when the Grail Kings walk in. So, Grail King Vatos, you're in the Grail Club, homie. So, priest king. Show your grill. Show your tats and your mean attitude. I am Magi King. Somebody who's good at rap, some indigo child who's good at rap, make a melody, man, about Magi Kings, priest kings. What's up? Drop it down, man. Indigo. You got to be blue skin though for the video, okay? You're indigo, okay? Watch, see, blue human. It's important. You want to represent? Well, there you go, homie. Just put some blue on. Let's see your Blu-ray. Is it activated? We're in the spiritual war, you guys. The Anunnaki were effing with us in ancient Egypt, homie, and even before in Atlantis and Lemuria. They're the ones who they eventually killed the Lemurians. And some got away, but you know. Understand that this is wicked. And they caused a cataclysm and stuff. Even their own continent got destroyed once because they didn't try to kill the Lemurians just once, not twice, 3 times. What the damn? What's wrong with these psychopathic people, creatures? Because the Anunnaki are a people, they're a race, they're an aliens from Sirius, the Jehovians. You got these Jehovians, they're not schmucks, man. They were powerful 11-dimensional dark avatars. Okay? So that's what we're talking about. These beings are fallen beings from the highest level. The highest darkness. So that's where Jehovah God comes in and starts demanding worship from you. And now it's being given by the masses of planet Earth. You see where the allegiance is. Going to this god, Anunnaki god called Jehovah. It's a dolphin creature being. Okay, so we talked about those races on planet Nibiru, which the scientists have called Planet X before. Planet X, planet Nibiru. This is actually an actual real planet in our solar system, you guys. You can't just like dismiss the scientists even saying there's some other planet. And they had to give it, they just called it Planet X. And then they try to cover that up, that they said that. So anyways, this is crazy because it's really these beings that were once on, well, these are the hybrids. So these are coming from different systems, but took residence in Nibiru and took control of it and used it and to be neighbors with the guardians. They're trying to get real close to their victims, So, they come from Sirius, they come to our planet and go against our free will. Thank you for those hearts, Holy One. You're so kind. They go against our free will and they create a hybrid race against our free will. We didn't give them our DNA permission to do this shit, So they created hybrids between humans and Anunnaki, and this is what you call Nephilim. So the Nephilim are another type of Anunnaki. So the Elohim create the Anunnaki Avengers race. That's what they're for. That's what they're called. They're Avengers of Anu. They're against all guardian races. They want to wipe out and kill all guardian races. But they're Avengers of Anu Elohim. Nice beings, huh? No, not nice. Amachia. Avastikas. This is a fallen angelic war. It's not even our war, but they got us into it. Sorry, guys. My Vato Locos in the house, Holmes. What's up, Kurnas? Maja was first a long time ago. Majata, right? Oh, so cool. Thank you for being here, Holy One. Sorry if you had to wait. I gotta wear these glasses. I gotta actually go get a prescription glasses, guys, because this is bad. These are just readers, right? Whatever you call them. Junior by Fnekurai. I don't know what all those initials are. Sorry. Thank you for being here. What up? What up? Cleveland Brown, what's up? Greetings, Holy One. All right. And Athanasius. Ah, Machiwa Vatos. What's up, Holmes? Yeah. And Cameron Z says, what's up? Joski says, Machiwa. What does Machiwa mean, Holmes? What's up? Yeah. Galactic Guardians. See, there's going to be a bumper sticker that says Machiwa. And then there's going to be another bumper sticker that says, what does Machiwa mean? I guess that's an inside joke. I don't know. Hello, everyone, says Galactic Guardians. Jenny Jackson's peace. What's up, Vatos? Yes, Anunakash. Anunakash. Yeah. Michael in the house. What's up, Vato? What? Wait, I'm confused. Oh, wait, never mind. I thought you were a moderator. I'm like tripping out, right? How did you do that? You're magic, man. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for being a member. Archie Banks, what's up? Star Vow. What planet? Gordy, Uranus. It's called Nibiru. What Chiwa? Do you have any basketball? Do they have basketball? I don't know, man. But I'm sure they're probably bigger than us, you know. Some of them are described as taller than us, so. Generally, the races that are in density 2, that's where the Anunnaki are coming from, they're going to be taller. Like, we're taller. Our race is taller than we are here. And we're not called humans up there. We're called by our original name, which is Ternesium. We're a type of angelic race. Okay? Because part of us are living in the 6th dimension. That's your 6th chakra. This is your 5th chakra. This is your 4th chakra. These are future worlds in relative to our world right here in 3D. Okay, down here. So we move up to the heart, to the throat, and the third eye, and go beyond. Some of you feel this kundalini coming through your crown, this life force energy. You know, it goes all the way up to the 9th dimension, the kundalini. Then it goes into something called Maharata, and this current goes all the way up to the 12th dimension. And then we have another energy, life force energy, that's called the Kyurashe. And the Kyurashe is what people are calling the primal light fields. Those primal light fields that the Guardians talk about, it's all part of the science of it, you know. So that's a whole course, man. There's a whole course called Kathara that you will learn. I hope you will. It's out there. You can find the whole course if you look for it. There's a regular Kathara course, and then there's the Advanced Templar course, which I recommend, which is going to be longer, but worth it. You need that master certification inside your awareness. And realize Ashanadine and her guardian teachings activate you. What's up? You heard it right. Hear this information, and you're attracted to it, you're coming to it, you're a part of it, and it's meant to activate you. You hear this because it's in your DNA. It sparks a memory. You know, that whole thing about reincarnation and having past lives and remembering them. Some people can remember their past lives. Well, that's it. You know, like this. We have past lives in Atlantis. We have past lives, but it's not really accurate. We like to say simultaneous lives. That's more accurate. Okay? So we have simultaneous lives right now in Atlantis, right now in Lemuria, right now in even Hyperborea, which is actually in the future. It's so weird how that was done. They created strand 1 in the future, from our point of view. That whole future thing, present thing, whatever thing, right? So we're like doing it. Let me get some more incense on the grill. Chuck Benjoin, how you doing, holy ones? So the Anunnaki have a lot of distortion, and people have a lot of different beliefs. I'm sorry if you were following Sakurai Ascension's info. He wrote a bunch of books, like 10, 12 books, right? I know, I used to like him because I didn't know better. I know better now. Moshiwa. And he realized the distortions, and there's actually people coming out saying that he wasn't actually interpreting accurately the tablets. That he was just making stuff up. Which is really, really, really bad for Sakurai Ascension. Like, he wasn't even doing the language correct. His interpretations were just being created out of thin air, man. Wakaya. Benzoin. Get your benzoin, homies. So we have this Anu Elohim in the 11th dimension create also inside the 11th dimension the Anunnaki race. So that's how high the Jehovian Anunnaki are. Now these other ones are lower dimension. The ones on Nibiru. They wouldn't be as high as the Jehovians. But that's another reason why the Jehovians are so arrogant, because they think they're the supreme, right? They're the most greatest, of course. They brought this to Atlantis, you guys. That's why Atlantis is where our ego came in. Okay, we all about this. They became corrupt. Egypt became corrupt. The royalty became corrupt. It was taken by the illuminated ones were taken over by the dark illuminated ones. So they have success sometimes. They win sometimes, the darkness. Remember, this is all in a hologram. A bunch of fairy tale simulation stuff. But it's still important because, we're here. It must have been something very important to us. A simulation is meant to do what? Teach you something. You're supposed to get something out of it. If anything, why do you watch a movie? Why do you go make love? Why do you go to work? What's up? We're complex beings, right? Shikesma. I mean, we're raised by our parents and they want us to be just like them or do the same as them. I guess if a parent feels kids aren't following them, then they're losing something or did something not right. Like something bad, I don't know. But we're all in healing, you guys. We might have some type of suffering, physical suffering, mental suffering, emotional suffering, spiritual suffering. So we're all going through this changes. And they're not all fun or comfortable, for real, guys. So we're like, but just know that you're not alone. And hey, look, we're doing this together. This is a group effort. We're actually homies, in higher realms, higher consciousness. We know each other up there. What's up? What's up, homie? Activate your DNA, activate your memory. And you do that through conscious work like this, spiritual training. Activating your chakra is activating your DNA. Becoming psychic is activating your DNA to become a more evolved Marvel hero. That's already in your DNA. You just have to get it out, get it activated. You know, because a lot of you don't even believe in this stuff. You have to get through it, man. You have to get through it, actually master it and ascend out of here. Get out of here. Otherwise, you're not getting out of here. You're staying here and over. Do you want to keep doing that? Isn't your soul tired yet from rinse and repeat? You want to go beyond this world, beyond this, what is this rut? What is this trap? Do you think it's good to be greeted by some beings at what? What do you do when you see these beings? You go through the death process and do you just go with them and just assume? They're going off you assuming. You see these beings and you just assume it's the heavenly greeting team or something. What? Moshivas. Rinse and repeat. Whoa, wrong door. What are you doing? You can't figure it out yet? Well, some of us have. We want to unlock that block. Oh shit. We it's kind of like become self in control of yourself. You are now in control of yourself. And we should use that to become better and bigger and greater than we were before in our energy, in our understanding, our knowledge, in our light, in our consciousness. Chiwasu. A greater being has more of this higher consciousness, and you can benefit from having your higher consciousness down here. It's like, give me some leverage, it's almost like leverage like this, because you're going to have fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional, this is fifth dimensional, sixth dimensional consciousness. In the 3D realm, you have an advantage. Why do you think there's people in power? Because they have an advantage. They're these super intelligent beings who are able to amass energy and power and manifestation, like genies. Genies can conjure whatever they desire with their thoughts. The genie, magical beings. Blue skin? Wow, what's with that? Is that a real thing? Masitas, it's called the blue flame, homie. The holy Elohai. A flame, fire, sun, a star. Pretty powerful. See, they're called the holy Elohai. Elohai. Oh my tool. So this ancient war with the Anunnaki, it's just sad because, we're family. Like cousins with the Anunnaki, the humans. Because we're blue flame, full blue flame. But they're part blue flame, like 50%. That's why they're like half brother, half sister kind of thing, Not fully us, half us. But still, even though they're made of two different races, they're considered blue flame. That's why in my 15-dimensional diagram, which you get if you become a member, which is only $5, you guys, come on. Much respect. I think because that's like the price of a cappuccino, or not even, is it? Nowadays, when you go to that one place, it's like, what, $12 to check out now? And you just got a little roll and a little cappuccino, and what the F? That's my morning, huh? That's a whole hour of work. $12 for your breakfast, and then you work that labor to pay for that. You know, 'cause if you're getting $12 an hour, I have no idea what is minimum now. You know, when I used to be back in the day, it was a few dollars, like $2 or $3. Now that would be like shocking. Or, you know, you have to be making a ton of money to just exist. I don't know. People don't know how to live without money. They're not self-sufficient, so they're stuck in some cycle. Someone's. You're stuck in someone else's will. They're in control because they're utilizing their power, their resources, to take more from the world, more from you. Like they become actual masters in this stuff. How can they obtain and amass more power and control and money? So they get good at it, right? Machiwas. That's their source of their power. Part of it, right? Before there was a money system, we got along without it, right? It was replaced with money, and now that is something that can be used to control beings. And you know, it doesn't happen, or of course hasn't just happened on our planet, happens on other planets. These beings, the Anunnaki and the reptilians, which are also fallen angels, are conquering planets and beings. Just like you see in the movies and stuff like Star Wars or Star Trek. They're conquering, they're dominant, they're all about dominion. So seems like we're kind of like Dominion. Like we're the type of beings that would go into the space age and start trying to invade worlds, you know? Excuse me. At least that's what's like built into us. People feel that because they're being like led this way. It's like, you know, your goal should be sovereignty, to be sovereign. That means you know that you're part of God and that you're free, man. God, sovereign, free. Do you think people are free nowadays? Hell no. And you're under obligation now. You're obligated to pay taxes. You're obligated to do certain things now. Like, you don't have freedom to just do whatever you want. So, it's some type of tyranny, man. Socialism. Can you imagine if it just keeps getting worse? At what point is it become a dictatorship, right? Well, what do you think is... It's just a stage, a step to dictatorship. A few more steps, right? We won't be able to make videos and stuff and say stuff that are truthful. It has to be distortion and lies, superficial nonsense, like just. It seems like the most popular stuff on TikTok is superficial nonsense. That is the best, highest views when it's just more distorted, the better. That's what people desire. They want this cheap thrills and just quick little freaking instant gratifications. It's like, wow, man. This is a psychosis, a mass psychosis. Like, so many people are like stuck in these cybernetic configurations, you know? It's like you're being measured and categorized, and it's not sovereign. It's not God's sovereign for you. You're not there. You're not there. You're somewhere else. You're a slave. You're a blind worshiper. You're shameful. You're shameful of yourself. You don't love yourself. You're not happy about yourself. Some of that is commonplace here in this world. Some places people are just unhappy and negative and dark. Not like there's any type of change coming up anytime soon, But we're beacons of light. We want to send out this love and healing and try to, because some people will listen and some of you are, right? There is a group of us positive people who want to truly have a great planet and live in a happy, joyful place, not be messed with by other fallen beings. Let them go do whatever they want. Just tell them to leave us alone. Leave us alone. We'll go somewhere and be alone. Not be molested, not be effed with. But no, they want to feed off you, man. They found themselves in a finite existence. They're not getting life force energy in the phantom. In the phantom, there is no energy. It's only entropy. You're only going to be falling and getting worse and worse. And like you went past the point of no return. Like it's sure just going to get worse until you're destroyed or been destroyed. Because it becomes a volatile reality after you fall down there. Very volatile. You will plummet. It will be so desperate and so freaking bad. There must be a lot of consciousness being regurgitated down there. Like just being devoured as it comes in, There's got to be something like that. Because they're the opposite of living. So it's got to be chaos down there. That's the consciousness of chaos. So it has to be the most crazy idea, wickedness that you can think of. And that's where people are gravitating to, or that's the kind of stuff they're interested in. It's like we've been warped. Like as a people, you want to have no decent, positive, Christed people anymore. We're just going to have rude, pushy, aggressive, negative, dark, unloving, unkind, unfriendly people down. If you want to call them people after that point. Because you get to a point where people have so much hate, they're not, you don't recognize them anymore as human. You just see them as a wicked being, like a demon, like some creature that's just trying to harm you or in some way. So this is something that these aliens, if you realize that it's all coming from Atlantis, that this is they've been here. Even though some of the Nephilim were taken off the planet, right? That was taken. But the Anunnaki themselves, the Jehovians, could come and go. They were their own power. And it's not like the Guardians are going to initiate an attack. Mostly it's always going to be some defensive measure. But sometimes defensive would make them, the darkness, inoperable, make them unable to harm them, Any type of defensive measures. because we're not trying to kill. It's kind of like people who choose the weapon of a stun gun because they know it's not going to hurt the person. You know, it's meant to temporarily disable them. And I used to sell those back in the day. It was a trip. It was a good seller, stun guns. I had all kinds of stun guns. Even pink stun guns. Those were popular. And I even had brass knuckles and girl brass knuckles, like real small ones, petite ones. I had a lot of gangster girls who, you know, they wanted some power behind their punch. Yeah, exactly. I love you guys. Yeah, man. We know what's up about the Anunnaki. They're not nice. They're dark beings. Like they like oh, get this. They killed the Lemurians. A whole race. They genocide a whole race. I mean, some got away, but you know what I'm saying. So you know they're pretty wicked. But realize that they actually killed themselves the first time. So they actually didn't know how to do this device. It was actually a guardian device that they were using and weaponizing. They were weaponizing it and didn't calculate it even correctly. That's what the guardian material says. And so it backfired, and Atlantis was once a continent, guys. And then after this happened, this discharge of this, it's actually a network of giant crystals, 12 building size on our planet and 12 on the parallel. So there was 24 altogether. And this was connected to Stonehenge. This is what this powerful technology was weaponized by the Anunnaki, who took over, remember, the Guardians in Atlantis, and became the dark illuminated ones. You know who I'm talking about. They became these beings in history and have been ruling since Atlantis. And according to Ashana Dean and the Guardian material, Atlantis is still around in power. I know that sounds wild and crazy, but it changed into 3 main islands, and there was still destruction, but because you know they're maniacs, so psychotics, so. Anyways, what the Jehovahans made, it's not coming from the Bible, but that the Bible has it in it. That they made a race between the Anunnaki and the humans, and that's called the Nephilim. And they purposely made them more powerful, more bigger, like giants. And that's why even according to the Guardians, we got wiped out. That was one of our human seedings, being wiped out by the Nephilim Anunnaki, which is in control by the Jehovahans, who's being in control by the Elohim. This is the life of the Anunnaki, man. And so we're talking about the Jehovahans and their child race called the Nephilim. None of these Nibiruan ones yet. The Enki, the Enlil, and the Marduk are, and there's also something called the Pleiadian Samyasi. And I think the Guardians did that. No, dude. I'm just trying to see whose information is older, Billy Myers or Ashana Dean. I think it's Billy Myers, isn't it? Because that woman said her name was Samyasi, right? Ashana's material says that there's the Pleiadian Samyasi race. But you know, I think they might have said that because of the Billy Myers material. So you guys know that, hey, these Pleiadians are the ones that we're talking about, which are Luciferian, not an earthing. Luciferian is not an earthing. And so they're the Luciferians bringing it to Earth. And then the reptilians have a... See, this is because there's actually an Enki Anunnaki family, which Thoth was part of, by the way. This Egyptian god, Thoth, is an Enki Anunnaki. Remember, it's a reptilian dinoid well, you have to realize that it's something to do with aquatic dolphin people. Sorry, it just tripped me out because I'm thinking of the Niburians. Well, the Niburian, yeah, I was talking about the Niburian. It's just freaking crazy because people are coming up with this bullshit about it being the, they came to Sumeria, but you know that Atlantis is still around, so you got the separate history, or you don't. It's not even being an actual factual history according to your scientists. Your scientists say it's a myth, even though Plato talked about Atlantis. They just dismissed his account, I guess. But the Guardians talk about Atlantis, and they talk about Lemuria, and how that was destroyed. The original Atlantis and Lemuria were not called Atlantis and Lemuria, but similar. Just so you know, there was 3 versions of them. I think it's actually 4 because there's the original ones, and then there's human seeding 1, and then human seeding 2, and now we're in human seeding 3, which we had Lemurians and Atlanteans. So yeah, 4 times. There's been 4 times of Atlanteans and Lemurians. Will there be a 5th time? Who knows? Doesn't look good so far for us. So we have this 2 times. I know we're in one of them was when the Nephilim wiped us out, and then another time was when a reptilian wiped us out. Also involving the crystals and weaponizing it again, like they didn't learn their lesson. But one thing that's very interesting is these Dracons were there and causing a menace. They were causing a menace to all of the people on Earth, and even bothering the Anunnaki. So the Anunnaki were using them, but then they started realizing that they wanted to take power on their own. So, like, backstab the Anunnaki. And so the Anunnaki started being nice to the humans because of this situation. But it didn't matter because they were trying to kill the dragons, but they ended up destroying the freaking continent, which became destroyed, and it fell into 3 main islands, which is 3 main nations in Atlantis. This whole bullshit about some round Atlantis is kind of like, what the shit, man? No, man. The Bermuda Triangle would be one of those pieces of Atlantis. And also, the Sarasota, Florida is considered one of the stargates that actually Ashana lives in near. So this is, I live by, well, not now, but I want to someday be back in Sedona, and so I will be near Stargate. Who knows? Maybe I'll go back to Peru if I ever can. But I want to have the same opportunity for resources and there. But I would be giving up stuff, but gaining other stuff. I imagine the internet must be not so great. It wasn't my priority when I was on the retreat because we weren't doing the internet. But you had times where you could get access. But if you're going to a sacred place like that, you're not going to want to be spending time like on your cell phone and internet, right, browsing. You're going to want to try to go and have this life-changing experience. And that's what people in the group that I was in were trying to do, even myself. And I wasn't sure if this medicine was going to even work, because it didn't work for me on day one. This is called Aya. The short version. It's called Aya. And it comes from the bark of a tree. And they make a concoction out of it. And it's what gives you this experience. A bark from a tree. Just like you can get some type of mystical experiences from a cactus called peyote. So, some of the interesting places in the world can actually utilize to explore your consciousness. So we're just like grateful. I am grateful like that there is such medicine that we can use for the exact purpose of exploring our consciousness. Like for some people, they have some taboo against it, and that's okay. That's your choice, but you don't have to judge other people because they're going and exploring. Maybe you're not ready for it, or they are in a phase of expansion, because that's what they're doing. They're expanding into these higher realities they didn't consider before. Like, I didn't think I was gonna be doing this. I was all into superficial shit. Didn't work out very well. I mean, I was good at business, and then I created my own internet business, and then I was just having employees run the business, and then it was just, I didn't care what I was doing. Something was missing in my life, and I had to go find that in spirituality. So then it just created this whole nother life, man. The other Davian, what the hell was that? I found my true purpose, and then suddenly I'm just valuing totally different stuff. And it's not like it stops. We still keep improving, I hope. And that's what I'm feeling, experiencing. Just like wow, man, yes, more confirmations, right? I love you guys. What you doing? How's your journey? Have you guys had any experience? Let's do a poll, you guys, okay? Ask a question. We're going to ask a question. Yeah, baby. Have you seen an Anunnaki? Okay, so we have at least, 5 different Anunnaki? Jehovian Anunnaki, who created the Nephilim Anunnaki. There's actually a few others they created, but these are the ones that are most known. And then there's the Inky Anunnaki, Enlil Anunnaki, and Marduk Anunnaki. Yeah, 5. 5 races of Anunnaki. There's a few more, but that's the ones that, it was mostly the Jehovians giving us problems. Then it started becoming these Nibirians, Enlil, Inky, and Marduk. I mean, look how recent it was. The Sumerians. In our history. So, but the honest truth is they're here now, guys. In power. Both Anunnaki and Reptilian. Mostly the dragons, though. According to Oceana's newest knowledge or information, she's saying that the dragons are winning. Like, more over the Anunnaki. So it wasn't all, the Anunnaki aren't so the top dog apparently anymore, but they're still there. There's still obviously a fallen angelic force to deal with, but there's some pretty powerful dark side as well. It's a trip because we see that stuff like in movies played out, the dark side and the light side, and then we find out by the guardians that this is actually what's happening in our dramas, all the way up, man, to the 11th dimension. We're in drama. We're in war. We're dealing with these fallen angels. It's like, look how far people are escaped from what's the reality of what's really happening. People think everything's hunky and dory. They're just in their devices. They're not planning for any spiritual battle or anything. Not like you have to fight a demon or some shit, but you realize that you're going to deal with some dark energies. It's going to be real as this world. So I just think it's important to be mindful of that and know that there's some pretty dark beings around the planet, man. And Ashana's been talking about something very dark and very powerful called the Fatally. And the Fatally have taken over a lot, some guardians. So some people say Ashana was taken over by something, either Thoth or a Fatally or something. But you would have to decide for yourself if you agree with that. But anyways, I want to do a poll about the Anunnaki. Start a poll and ask a question of, okay, so do you guys think you have some type of connection to the Anunnaki? And you, even if you know they're bad now, doesn't mean you have to change your answer. Just be honest with yourself and say, okay, whether it's good or bad, I have a connection to the Anunnaki. And just at least answer the poll truthfully, yes or no. Or I don't know. I'll put I don't know as a third option. And then you guys, don't worry, it's not going to say your name. It just gives the answers. Yes, no, I am not sure. So here we go. Ask your community. Wait a second. I'm ending poll. That wasn't a question. I forgot to ask a question. That's dumb. Okay, let's just ask the question first. Do you believe you are connected? How's that word? Connected to the Anunnaki, which is an avenger of Anu, by the way. You're some programmed of avenger creature. Yes, no, maybe so. I'm not sure. I was drunk. I don't know. Okay, now I got it correct. Alright, you guys. Let's see the percentages. Yes, no, or I'm not sure. Do you believe you are connected to the Anunnaki? 50% say yes. Oh, whoa. 71% say I'm not sure. This has never happened before. Where we get an I'm not sure, but you guys, that implies that you're not human only though. Because you didn't put no. What do I mean by connected? Like, do you think you're in their DNA? Do you think you were once an Anunnaki? Do you think it's one of your star beings that you work with? Connected. And you're friendly with them. You like to be with them. Or you like the Anunnaki. That's what I mean by connected. Any of those things. Because it makes you affiliated with them and maybe you've even seen them. Right? So if you've seen a lot of demonic looking creatures, it was probably these Anunnaki. If they look more like the reptilian, well, then it would be a different Anunnaki. I mean, not Anunnaki, I mean a different fallen angelic. Have you seen that one movie, Jupiter Ascending? ascended or something. They show this alien race that look like upright dragons, talking upright dragons. And if you guys know anything about, the Sphere Being Alliance or Corey Good's information, he's actually been right in front of it was an albino, like totally white royal Dracon, who was really huge, and he was really angry at Corey, and he had to deal with him. Which just confirms Oceana's work. That there's reptilians, there's Dracon beings, dragons, and a hybrid called Dracos. That means they're part human. They're blended in with humans. And some of these reptilians can shapeshift. Yeah, that's a racial thing. Their race. Extraterrestrial race. They're aliens, homie! And if anything, still, we have the Nephilim souls here. Inside you, Indigo Child 3. If you're an Indigo Type 3, that means you have a Nephilim soul with you. It's an agreement. It's a host matrix. You're trying to help them fix their DNA so they get to live with you. It's not fun, huh? So, if you guys have this crazy local life, like upside down, angel and devil in one body, if you can relate to that, well, you're probably an Indigo Type 3. Which is a good thing, guys. Whether you're the alien Nephilim or the angelic Oraphim, you are still a divine being, right? A high-level divine being. And the whole purpose of this life was for you, or for the Nephilim, to change back to a Christed being and get its 12 strand. So you're doing a great thing, man, for another race. These Nephilim who killed us back then, but we're guardians. We want to help them. Well, some of them reached out for help. Their race fell, but of course there's individuals who don't want to be mean and bad to humans. Okay, so we're going to have some nice ones. And actually, back in the day when Atlantis was still Atlantis, not taken over, it was being ruled. It was being administrated by something called the Syrian Council. Remember, the Guardians are from Sirius, and the Lyran Syrian beings are from Sirius. So that council is Sirian. This is an outpost, kind of, of the Lyran heritage. The Earth is an important planet. It goes all the way up. Earth, Tara, Gaia, Armentana. So they're coming from those higher worlds to this lower world just to help our sorry asses, because we got ourselves into some big trouble here. That's the real shizzle dizzle, man. We got this drama, this history, and this covenant with the Luciferians and all this. It's some dark shit. And so these Anunnaki are making their way, or made their way through us, and trying to make it off as they're the ones who created our race. That's why you get this distortion from Zachariah Ascension, like they're creator gods, creators. There's secrets to our DNA, which is a bunch of bullshit. The Anunnaki did not create any of us. And it's so bullshit when people are saying, oh, they created the blacks and Latinos. There's seriously people saying that. When all humans, whatever color skin they are, they're all the same race. You're coming from the Turanesium race who has different skin tones. The skin tones are coming from the stars, not Earth. All of them. The white one, black one, brown one, yellow one, red one. They're all from other worlds. These appearances we got down here from other worlds. That's where the skin color came from. Because we have the earth seeds. Then we have the star seeds. And according to the Guardian material, including the Voyagers, it will tell you this whole project being done on Earth was first with like the Lemurians who had brown skin. Brown skin comes from Lemurian race, which is paired with their starseed race called the Antrians. And the Atlanteans are with the starseed race called the Brenua. And us, well, we're with the starseed race, we're the Aryans, and we're with the starseed race called the Hibaru. And then when we're gone, because we will be gone eventually, there's another race coming, and they're going to be with the they're called the Muvarians, and mostly yellow skin. We're mostly white skin on Earth now. We were mostly red skin, the Atlanteans, and then we were mostly brown skin. But we always had different skin tones, depending on which race was being, like, when was the time period. Because the Lemurians came first, before the Atlanteans, but there was an overlap where they were together on the planet. Just like there's an overlap between ancient Egyptians and Atlanteans. There's an overlap of periods. And this race is the Egyptians, according to the Guardians, are actually coming out of the Atlantis. That's why they're so freaking mysterious and cool looking to us. You know that they're super intelligent to be making all this stuff, and then they had all this spiritual knowledge, astronomical knowledge. The Egyptians, well, now you know why. And even though they were ancient and older than us, they were actually more evolved than we were. They had contact with extraterrestrial races. We have some type of block. We can't do that right now. Not normally. But just realize that we lost a lot of technology when we got blocked from that contact. Because when you got contact with alien races who are much more evolved than us, you're getting that technology, you're getting benefit of that knowledge, you're getting that is coming down the pipe. That is being, you're aware of this knowledge, you have access to this technology now. And so but when there's some actual block going on, some type of, fence, you can't get through, they can't get through normally, and then, well, shit, that changes everything, right? Look, now we're stupid. No, we're not. We got iPads and shit, and we're trying to go to Mars and stuff. Man, we suck. No, we're being so, what you call, limited. It's not being shared. Like this movie with Matt Damon, Elysium. Remember, all the wealth and technologies are being only available to the people off the planet, the ones who are actually in like this orbit of Earth, overlooking the planet. All the sicknesses and diseases and the low-level technologies are on the surface people. We're surface people, homie. You're not privy to the wealthy, what the wealthy get. You have to be billionaire or some shit, multi-hundred millions, at least. You have to be part of the club. You have to be some rich ass wipe. You did something filthy and disgusting if you're a billionaire. So, it's like, wow, how much money do you actually need to live a life of luxury, right? What would you be satisfied with? Would you ever be satisfied? Well, if that richest man in the world made that much money, I want to make some of that too. Right? People think that. Well, shit. Alright. We're like having this debate with money again, huh? Is it the root of all evil or what? You know, if there's a handgun, well, a guardian wouldn't want to have a weapon, right? But we're in a spiritual war. We're in an alien war. Hello. You want to protect yourself or not? You're just going to walk down the street in the middle of the night, no flashlight, no pepper spray, no nothing, no handgun, no bazooka, no nothing. No, because if you think about that, crime is going to happen. People don't understand. The darkness comes to the light. It's trying to eat the light, devour the light. It wants to extinguish the light, take out the light, feed off the light. Get it? Got it? Good. Mashiwa. These Anunnaki are not nice. There's good ones. We're not talking about those. We're talking about the dark ones, okay? Because there's the ones that have made us miserable. They're the ones that mess with our DNA. The reptilians have messed with our DNA. Our DNA is messed up. This is a distortion. Living to only 100 years old, that's a major distortion. That means that's a serious sign that something's seriously wrong. Not normal, not natural. This is unnatural. I mean, think about how people have like really romanticized finding some elixir that helps you live to be an immortal, or like a genie who can live forever and not age. Who doesn't want to live forever young, to look youthful and young and beautiful like our original form as long as we can? Why do we have to start looking old and defunct and depleted of something? Death, dying is a low vibe experience, honey. You won't always be dying or defecating or peeing or snoring or farting, anything that humans just do this disgusting shit, right? Shit. Well, we actually don't have, you know, why you don't have to eat, so you don't have to poop, you don't have to sleep, because you're living forever. Your body doesn't need rest. Your body doesn't stink. You don't have. It's not getting old and stuff. You know, it's not getting diseases. Life and existence under those conditions, totally different. Like here, we wouldn't want to live forever like this, but up there, hell yeah, baby. When you can actually enjoy your body and feel this energy, this power within your own DNA. Wow. So we're like starting to activate some of that. And it only gets bigger and better and more super crazy paranormal, right? So that's what we got to look forward to. As long as you're expanding and bringing in more of your consciousness. Now these fallen beings, these Anunnaki, wanting to get into our shit. They don't want you to succeed. They want to trick you, deceive you, give you false religions, false new age. You're getting not the real techniques, but actual techniques that will harm you. Like the Daisy of Death is a perfect example in the new age. People think this is a nice, peaceful, loving symbol, but it's actually a wicked one. So we learn to discern. Yeah? You find out what's really going on with that. And so you're protecting yourself and empowering instead of being disempowered. What's up, homie? I love you, man. I'm glad you came with me tonight. Yeah, Vato Locos. You're priest of Christos, man. You're priest of Azraline. You're a Laren Siren homie Vato gangsta G. What's up, homie? We're a team. Rachel! Blessings, holy ones. Much respect. And it's almost 9, you guys. I gotta wrap it up. You came, did you just get here? Simon. Jacob said, says Simon? Yes, S.A. Simon, oh, Simon, S.A. Simon, S.A. Yeah. Dude, I'm not like, I didn't grow up like in the Mexican neighborhood or nothing, but I had some like, because I grew up in Arizona, but my primos, the Lopez's. The Lopez's, man, they were all like gangsters in East LA and shit. Like they are all tat up and they just dress the part for sure. And, but they lived most of their life in jail, in prison. They grew up in prison, man. And it's like they didn't learn. They got out and went back in. And so, but anyways, this is being, if you're born there, they were born in East LA, man. You grew up and don't know anything different. Amashitas Machikewa. Like I've been to places where people were, some of the Hispanic or Mexican people were upset at me because I didn't speak Spanish. Like I should automatically be speaking Spanish and there's something wrong with me. All this low vibe stuff that you experience. And so, like, Earth has all these levels of awareness, you guys. So sometimes we just are surrounded by low level energies. And we can't be all smug to anyone, of course. And so, but you see, it's not always comfortable to be here and deal with people. And just think about it in another way. We were once like that. I was once this. Oh man, I would annoy myself. I wouldn't want to hang out with my old self. I had. If I look at my old self, I say I have so much to learn. I mean, we always have more to learn, right? But I just know that I had a long ways to go then. Like, right? But we don't want to keep repeating that shit in our head and feeling horrible about ourselves. It's not about that. It's not about guilt, sin, and all that. Or that you must redeem yourself and you must be shameful for what you've done and guilty. You're guilty and you just can't help it because you're just a sinner. You just can't help it. It's your sinful nature. And you just say sweetly and nicely, bullshit. I don't agree with you, bullshit. I love you, but bullshit. Thank you. No thank you. I don't need any of that bullshit. What's up? Yeah. We got this, man. You just put some boundaries on bullshit, Holmes. You just say no more BS, Vato. We're living like in a high level hood. What's up, Simone? What's up, S.A. Jefe? Mochitas. I like my chimichanga or my bean burrito, S.A. No, dude. Even though people say some derogatory shit about Hispanic people, Mexican people, I did like the way my mom made bean burritos. She was the one that's white though, but she made a killer bean burrito. I loved her burritos, my mom's burritos. That was awesome, man. She did it from scratch, you could say. She did a good job. And she experienced a lot of prejudice from my dad's side, because she was white. So, I wasn't, we didn't really, me and my brother and sister didn't really experience that in our neighborhoods and where we grew up. It was a mixed, open type of scenario. Just a couple times in my life. That's it. Nothing big or major. You grow up nowadays and you'll have different types of people in your neighborhood, unless you're in some real isolated community of certain race, It's really not about race, you guys. Just know that we're human with different skin tones, not different aliens. Come on. Well, we are kind of different aliens because of the starseeds, but I'm just saying, we're all guardians and get along and part of the same species. We're trying to make one giant race called the Terahertz. And so, excuse me, guys, sorry. And we're just like, what? Why are you guys fighting about your skin color? It's so dumb. You're all human. You're all part of the same team. I mean, I'm happy to know that some of my DNA is Lemurian. I'm brown skin. I mean, I feel connected to Lemurian. I bet you Lemurian girls are very pretty. And it's mostly dark black hair. Brown skin, black hair, green eyes. OMG. Blue eyes. Like that combination of brown skin, long black hair, and green eyes. Do you know how cool that is? Or blue eyes. Lemurian vato. I'm crazy about Lemurian girls, but I'm in America, so. I mean, I'm in the Aryan time age, Where's my Lemurian princess? And we lived in Atlantis too. I must have had a Atlantean princess. Where's my Atlantean princess? Where's my starseed baby? Yeah. We find out, oh yeah, I'm a Pleiadian, I'm a Arcturian, I'm a Syrian, I'm Orion, I'm this and that. What? Dude, if we call this a big world, and lots of people, but there's a big universe and lots of aliens, like we think a lot is 1,000. Well, they're in the numbers of trillions of different stars, right? And if every planet has a few planets, if every star system has a few planets, oh damn, that number just got astronomical. And then how many of those planets have intelligent life? See, that's 3D thinking. Everything is alive, homie. You don't have to just be carbon to be alive. Did you know plastic is alive? A rock is alive. A piece of hair, you say it's dead. It's alive. Everything's alive, homie. Nothing is dead. It's all consciousness. It's all God. You can't go outside of life. Well, no, the phantom is anti-life, but it's God is still God. You can't just be not God. You can't turn off God because you went into phantom. You're still part of God, man. Isn't that weird to think about? That you're some wicked being, but you're still God. You're just in a hologram field and for God. It's okay, it's a hologram. It's just like, you came here to experience this, and for some reason you wanted to play the asshole, and here you are being a major asshole. And people don't like you, and you don't like people, so you're just, known as the king asshole or something. I don't know. I don't want to say that word too many times, but you know what I mean. Some people are just those things. So there's a lot of a-holes in the world. It's a disgusting graphic, but that's what some people are. They just can't help themselves but be a-holes, man. And they're probably some fallen angel. Right? They're probably some Anunnaki fallen angel asshole. Sorry, I keep saying it. But you know what I mean? They're probably some reptilian a-hole. I'm just serious, man, because they're fallen. They're Luciferian. They're Satanists. They're wicked freaking creatures. They want to play with you in not fun ways. They just want to have joy of being wicked to you, some type of joy, sick, twisted joy, right? Because they get satisfaction, they get gratification from really, really wicked, dark shit. You don't want to imagine this kind of stuff. You don't want to be watching horror films. Are you kidding me? You're just getting that literal dark energy into your energy. You're taking it in, giving permission and allowing it into your energy field. You start having these thoughts. You have these thoughts. That's why you're gravitating to the horror. You think dark shit. You like to brag about your dark shit. Some people. So most likely those kind of people are the ones who are the fallen hybrids. That means you're part, and if you feel it in your own life, like if you see it in your own life, you see some pretty effed up shit in your life, and you're pretty effed up sometimes, well, most likely you're part of these fallen angels. It doesn't mean you're damned. It actually gives you an opportunity. It means you have an opportunity to change over to the light. Are you going to do that? Are you quite happy where you are being dark? That's the world we're in, guys. So we're trying to learn that we're starseeds, learn how to protect ourselves against darkness, but also try to help people awaken out of the darkness. It's like, wow, this is fun. It's like having to do your own stunt double, do the dangerous stuff. You only have one life? Chicas machi. So we're being ruled by these beings even in modern age, like 2023. It's not like we just had a little bit of issues and that was way back in Atlantis and that's it. It carried over, guys. And remember, ancient Egypt, there was a whole phase of it in ancient Egypt. The Anunnaki were there too. And they were actually starting their races down here with the fallen, you would say the dark illuminated ones. I don't usually say Illuminati, okay? You know what I'm talking about. These races were being created. It's not human. It's part human. So that's why it looks human. And that's the beings that are in power. These dark illuminated ones. And you don't want to keep speaking their name anyways. You're just feeding them power. You don't want to feed them any energy. So that's why I don't speak their name and give them power. But just know that the ones that look more like us would probably be the Nephilim, but they're giants, remember? Right now they don't have the giant bodies because they're in our bodies, but right? But they would be these huge bodies, man, masses. They were called the heroes of renown, right? Giants, supermen, superheroes. That was here in our time period, but it looks like we have lag coming, guys. Sorry. We're going to get attacked like that, I guess. Yeah. But this is part of the history and part of the Anunnaki, certainly not the full story, because they've come in through different periods of our time, and according to them, I just want you guys to know, according to the Voyager's Guardian material, these beings have effed with all religions. Now all the main religions reflect fallen angelic belief systems, fallen angelic false creeds, not the original intention of a spiritual, like the Christos knowledge and beings, following law of one, following unconditional love, following all are equal. No. It's been replaced with something totally opposite. And now as a guardian, you start to learn this stuff, and now you understand that part. We're trying to find peace, inner peace, and some type of enlightenment and bliss. Not this negative, dark shit. We don't want nothing to do with that. But that's what people treat as sacred and holy here on this planet. That's why, the fallen angels have won. They won. So they took over some of inner Earth. They took over some of Gaia. They took over parallel Earth. They're kicking our asses. So this is why it's so important that we do everything we can in Earth while we're here. Do you even know if this is your last life or not? And on density 1 Earth. Because remember, you live only 12 lives in your immediate family. Your immediate soul family is 12, a 12 tribe. So you live a male, female, male, female, male, female, male, female. You're 12 lifetimes. And so, but your higher identity is 12 souls, and each of those souls, 12 of them, have 12 incarnations. So that's 12 times 12, that's 144. You lived 144 times in particle universe. And then you will have lived 144 times in anti-particle universe. So that's 288 right there. Other selves in this level of reality. You have many other selves you haven't met yet or don't remember. So, and they don't look like human, like here on Earth. They're going to look alien looking. And you'll get used to that. You'll get used to seeing weird looking beings. Or maybe you'll just start going and loving them all. Who knows? Or having this fear, So we're having the lag thing again. Sorry, guys. The past few days I haven't had any lag. But for this video, I guess I'm getting lag. And I can do a speed test, and I'll still be getting 20 megabytes. So that means to me, it's like something to do with the YouTube network or something. I don't know, because sometimes it works okay, sometimes like no. But anyways, the Anunnaki. So it's hard to find a picture of the Anunnaki, because you have the Jehovian Anunnaki, who look like some type of aquatic being, some type of fish being or a dolphin being, a porpoise, whatever. They're part fish being, man. dolphin. They're called bipedal dolphin people. That's the one race, one Jehovah Anunnaki. Then there's the Nephilim. Remember, they're part human. So that's why they look human. Except they're giants, humans. So that's one race. That's another Anunnaki. Then there's the all the scary looking aliens from Nibiru. All of those, except for the Samyasi Pleiadians, those are actually sexy and hot, apparently. Because they were created to be perfect humans, literally. In a lab. They made really cool, hot Pleiadians. Beautiful men, beautiful women, perfect Barbie dolls. And so some people get mad at my artwork, or they say, why are you just making white women? I'm not, dude. What are you talking about? Are you kidding me? It's so stupid, first of all. Or white skinned, or whatever. He had to say some stuff about melatonin skin and all that crap. So, dude, it's just my choice. I make this artwork. I'm not even thinking about skin color. Why are you talking about it? You're the issue. I'm showing mostly Lyran blue skin cat people. So, if anything, I have a lot of blue skin drawings. Anyways, it's just that it's one of the false creeds, you guys. It's being used against us. We're being used against ourselves. Finding some ridiculous reason to fight amongst each other. People have killed each other over this skin color. It's horrible, stupid, ridiculous reason, primitive thinking. Sorry, it's just like little kids or what? Actually, little kids don't even care. They just want to play and have fun. They don't care about your skin color. It's just the adults programming, and now they want to put that programming in the kids to be wary of certain skin tones. So, just remember, it's a starseed thing. Brown skin, what's up, Lemurian? Black skin is the Earthseed race is called, let me see, Muvarian, Unchechi. You're Unchechi. The starseed race is called Uniseti, if you're black skin. So white is easy because it's Aryan, and the red one is Atlantean, brown skin Lemurian, and the yellow one is called Muvarian. And their star-seeded race is called Melchizedek. So the Muvarians are apparently yellow skin. That will be the main race. Right now it's the mainly Aryan white race. Then it will be the but we're not talking about superiority. How those skinheads took the Aryans a whole nother way. No, we're not talking about that crap. Just as a genetic thing, as a coming from a specific starseed thing, you're gonna get these different appearances. It's not even coming from Earth. Get that. The skin color is not even from Earth. We're aliens, homie. So that's the shizzle dizzle. Then we got the blue skin alien cat homies, like in Avatar, James Cameron, right? Thank you, Vato. You must be an indigo child and know so much detail. Feline cat people. The Egyptians were worshipping blue skin alien beings. Look at their drawings in the pyramids. Okay, why is there gods with blue skin being worshipped by the Hindus? More blue skin god people. They're not gods, homie. That was their whole race. Their whole race was blue skin. It was a race thing, not even individuals. In higher realities, we're not individuals. We're actually what you call a collective. you have a collective consciousness. And so the bigger or the higher and more evolved that you become in the creation, you become more selves, more of a bigger, larger collective. Maybe you'll be suddenly aware of several thousand of you at once in your consciousness. That is what a collective is, to be aware of many at once. And according to Ashiana, we have a minimum of 1,728 other incarnations, other lives existing in the now. So that's a lot of other selves. So anyways, I meant to wrap it up. I know it's past 9 now. I love you guys. I'm going to be finishing it up. If any of you like this, I know I didn't get to talk too long about the Anunnaki, but just know that I've made other videos. I even have a blog. My website needs to be complete. It's not completed yet, but there is one article about the Anunnaki, I believe, right? I hope so. Anyways, at least I got one of the races on there where I talk about. But I made other videos about Anunnaki, so please check it out, you guys. I love you. Thank you for joining me tonight, because I do lives regular almost every day. Sometimes it'll be like 5 times a week, but sometimes it's 7 times a week. So you just got to keep checking around this time, like 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I try to get there. I mean, just see for at least an hour, check back and forth a couple of times, see if I'm online yet. Or become a member. And actually, I forgot to tell my members, shit. I get so busy, I forget all these little steps I have to do right before a live. But Indigo Wizard made it. Starman, I believe I saw him. I love you guys. I can't do this without you. And all of you who are members, bless you, bless you, bless you. I survive because of you, really. I do this full time, so I rely on it. And your guys' help to get me through, because this is a group effort. We're doing this together. Yeah? Machiva. So if you guys like this work, please consider leaving a donation. I put the donation link at the top, so it's easy to find and click. It's a PayPal thing. If you don't like that, you can also go to my Etsy shop and support me that way by buying an art painting or a crystal. If you need a quartz crystal, I have those. I have some amethyst. I have some orlite. Check it out. And I have actually more crystals. If you have a question about a certain crystal, maybe I have one. So I have lapis lazuli, the blue crystals. I have also, you would say, what's that called? Well, there's different types of calcites depending on the color. There's different energies. And so, but I have fluorite, and I have obsidian. I have a few other, I have bloodstone. I have what you call the aqua color, amazonite. I have amazonite. And I love amazonite. It's pretty awesome. But yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, talking about the Anunnaki. And we'll talk more, for sure. And I will have a professional video one day made. I just was trying to come up with all the images and realized there's going to be a different image for a Jehovah's Anunnaki, a different picture for the Nephilim Anunnaki, a different picture for the Enlil, the Inky, and the Marduk Anunnaki. There's different types of, and who knows how many hybrids each one of those have made. Because they're geneticists, they just crank out different creatures, right? They're playing God too, because we're in the image of God. We can create like God. We learn the science of God, which is part of God, not just spirit, but numbers and calculation too, because God is all. So that's why we call it the sacred spiritual science. I welcome you guys to come back. Check out some of my playlists, please. Because you can just let it click and just play and go through a whole bunch of code. You're going to learn some things you've probably never heard before. I get so many positive feedbacks, you guys. I should be saving all these. I should start thinking about that. Because they're really like little small testimonials. you guys tell me how I've helped you, or the information is helping you. Thank you so much, you guys, for that feedback. It means a lot. I do this for you full time. And don't forget to check out Ashana Dean and her work. Our sister Ashana. Check out her website. She's got some free techniques. She's the master of ascension, so check it out. Look at some of her old material. Specifically, we talk about the Kalantic science, like Kathara. Kathara 1, Kathara 2, 3, and 4, or sliders 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's also new teachings called Tantri Uhura. I love you. I'll see you guys on the flip-flop. Yeah. You can reach me, send me a message on Instagram, TikTok, Instagram or Facebook, or my Gmail below. You can also buy this wand below if you need to heal yourself. It's helped me, majorly helped me, man. I am truly grateful for this technology, the Terahertz Wand, because it really helped me overcome my lung issue. You guys, it's almost cleared up. Like 90 something percent cleared up now. It's freaking awesome. It could have been the green tea also, because I kept drinking 2 green tea a day. I didn't care whichever one. They both helped, because they always got relief when I used the one. So, and also I started an alkaline diet. I think that helped too. So, but thank you guys for being here, because there's so much to learn. There's more to learn about the Anunnaki and the different races and what they've done to us. That's why I want to make blog articles for each one, because there's a whole history of this dealing with these beings, and some of them group together and gang up against us. You know, like the Numerians are close buddies with each other, so they're going to be part of the same confederation or whatever they call themselves. There's different groups and different agendas. There's the Black Sun agenda, the Belial Sun agenda. Well, the Guardians are running the Diamond Sun agenda. We have different consciousness, different values. Obviously, we have a different agendas than these fallen dark beings, who must be horrible versions of us, you know, because they were once good, but they choose to be dark. And their race is called, they're an Avenger race. They're literally, Anunnaki translated in English is Avengers of Anu. Anunnaki, Avenger. I love you. Come again. Peace to you guys. Much respect. See you on my next transmission of spirit. Yeah. Yeah. Peace, homies.